Today's quick episode is a discussion for those of you that feel like you're hitting a wall. Either you haven't been able to get any new clients lately, you're not getting people to renew with you, or you just haven't been able to get a client, period, and you're wondering why. So, I want to share a couple mistakes that dietitians typically make when they are hitting a wall or when they come to us, whether they're coaching clients or dietitians in our audience, and they say, why isn't it working? Which is a really common question. So I want to share what the three mistakes are that dietitians are making that are creating this barrier or this wall that's preventing us dietitians from getting to the next level, right? Whether we're selling a passive income product like a course, or whether we're trying to sell coaching, whatever it is that we're trying to sell, in order to get to the other side and be able to get in a better position to sell that product or service, we have to identify what mistakes we're making. So the first mistake would be patience. And I know this one is something I struggle with. I'm not known as the most patient person. It's something that I have to work on pretty consistently. But a lot of us assume that just because we will create a social media feed or show up online, that means automatically you will get customers and people that want to work with you. And that's not true. And you can't just register your business and hope that people will show up. That's not how a cash pay private practice works. The way a cash pay private practice works is there are many steps involved after you register your business, after you show up online. And much of that comes with consistency in building relationships. So creating content is one piece, and it's an important piece because the more content you create, the more chances you have to get new eyeballs in front of you or eyeballs that are already looking at you to re-engage with you. So definitely content creation is important, and constantly creating content that supports the attention of people who are looking to purchase your product or service and engages with them and speaks to their deep underlying concerns is hugely important, but that's not enough. It's not enough to just create content. So the number one mistake dietitians make is these are expectations that include feeling like if you just show up and create content, that's enough. I want to remind you that that is a great step, but that's the first step. There are many steps after that. So the second mistake dietitians make is not building relationships online. So in the Dietitian Boss Method, I frame out step by step how to conduct market research. And what that includes is engaging, targeting people who could be potential customers and clients, people who experience problems and concerns they're willing to pay for, and engaging in conversations with those people about what they are struggling with. And you can listen to them, speak back what they're saying, develop relationships. And then there's two benefits you get from that. One benefit is that those people might become a customer because you've now developed a relationship and talked to them about what their needs and desires are. The other benefit, if that doesn't happen, is that you've now learned more about what people want and are willing to pay for. And then that gives you ideas for content creation and for further conversations so that you can get closer to finding somebody who is interested in purchasing your product or service. So developing relationships on social media is a fantastic way for you to get closer to making sales because social media is a platform for relationship building. So again, going back to mistake number one, showing up isn't enough. It's a good start, but then the next step is to engage in regular conversations and identify those people and have conversations with people that are looking for solutions. For example, they don't know what to feed their child to help their child grow because their child's a picky eater. They don't know what to eat for sports performance to hit their personal best. They don't know what to do to manage their bloat when they have IBS and they feel excruciating pain before they go to bed every night. Those are examples of problems you might solve and folks who you might identify. And you might find them through maybe hashtags, keywords. You might find them in conversations, comments, many different ways through stories, and you're able to engage with them. So making sure that you're able to identify people who have problems and talk to them about those problems is a really good step for you to build relationships and get people closer to being interested or connecting you with someone who is interested in purchasing your product or service. Moving on to the third mistake, and that would be giving up too soon. So business is, you might have heard this before, a marathon and not a sprint. And some of us get results faster for various reasons. And business is not something that just happens to overnight. It is a process. Laying down the foundations in business is a process. Creating your budget, understanding what metrics to track, working on your interpersonal skills, focusing on creating a better experience for your clients, learning how to counsel better if you're doing counseling or coaching, learning automations if you're creating a membership, or all of the above if you're doing both. There's a lot of aspects in business that we need to learn, especially because as dietitians, most of us don't have an MBA in business. So it's an opportunity for us to have an open mindset that the process of learning the foundations of business, whether you've launched your private practice or not, need to be constantly reminded of. And there's foundations that we need to revisit as practitioners very often so that we can brush up our skills and we can lay down those building blocks to build upon, because we need that solid foundation of a house before we can continue to build on it and get closer to either quitting our job, making six figures, or just creating that flexible lifestyle that we desire while helping people that we wouldn't have been able to help otherwise because they didn't know we existed through our digital products and services. The fourth mistake, I'm just going to give a couple more, would be for those of you who are not creating passive income. So in this case, passive income could be an online course with no support. Now, passive income is great because you can offer something at a price point that more people can pay for. You can also sell something without having to deliver a service. For example, if you're offering coaching, you still have to deliver the coaching sessions, and where that can be a beautiful thing. And that's something a lot of you enjoy. Many of you don't have the time, capacity, interest, or skill to be providing coaching. So if you create an online course and people can access the course, you don't then have to additionally provide any coaching with that course. And that can be really attractive for many of you who are pregnant, or you have a newborn at home, or you're not in a position to provide more hours to the business, or you're already working a 9 to 5, or you want to get your feet wet and offer a digital product, but you're not yet ready to offer a product or a service that also involves multiple other components like coaching. So offering passive income product is a great way to get started. And if you're already out there doing your thing, passive income can be a great opportunity to help offer more options for clients to continue purchasing a product or service from you after they complete, let's say, your coaching program. So there's a lot of great advantages to having a passive income product into your mix of product offerings in your private practice. Now, of course, figuring out strategically where to fit that and what's included, that's a conversation of strategy depending on your goals. And send me a DM on Instagram at Dietitian Boss if you have questions about that. But for today's purposes of going a little bit more broad on this conversation without getting too strategic, having a passive income product in your mix of product offerings is a great opportunity that I believe all dietitians should have. And the cool thing about creating a course is you can do it as a student. You can do it when you're really busy. You can do it no matter where you live, and you can package up some bit of information that you know that provides a transformation to your audience, and it's very accessible. So big fan of that. And our clients also love providing courses. Now, the last mistake that I see dietitians make is not creating community among one another and not focusing on professional development. So it's understandable that this is still an issue in dietetics because only 8% of dietitians own a business. So it can be really hard to find folks who are not wanting to go into a clinical box or who are not wanting to just stay in a 9 to 5, and to find people who want to go online and want to create more options for people to have support from you. It can feel limiting. And then you might even go on social media and not know where to start with finding other people to network with when it comes to your peers. And that's a big reason why I created Dietitian Boss, was to create that community that I saw was lacking in the space of business and dietetics, specifically with private practice, specifically with online marketing and online products and services. So finding peers and people who think somewhat aligned with the direction you want to go is an invaluable aspect of growing your personal skill set and your professional skill set in business. And so any opportunity you have to find people who are either out there as entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, or who support you in your thoughts, are going to be a great use of your time and energy, whether you get on a networking call with them, or you support their content online, or you give them some type of a positive shout out. It's a great step to go in the right direction. And if you're looking for more support, I encourage you to check out our Rebellion membership, where for a very affordable price, you can network with your colleagues and find people who are like-minded, who are also growing a business. And we show you how to create a course, which is a passive income product. So you have that in your bag of product offerings to sell to customers and provide them with a transformation where you don't have to provide the coaching. It's a very accessible way for you to help more people and get started before you even thought it was ready, or for you to make additional revenues, even if you're already in practice, but you didn't think about offering a digital product, or at least one that didn't provide any coaching.